LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'm gonna put myself in there if you're gonna call out a greatest player. What makes Michael Jordan great? Because he had the media give him MVPs. Jokic is great, and they didn't even put him on the motherfucking team this year. So I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was. Of all my years I played in Chicago and played with Michael, I never saw one free agent come to the Bulls and said that they want to play there with Michael. I do recall a couple of them coming there during the off season when he retired, or the 2 years that he was away from the game. So I say that to say this. The success of the Bulls came from a team. It didn't come from Michael Jordan. It didn't come from him being critical of other players. If anything, that discouraged players because no player wants to be talked down to, belittled, or even made fun of to some way. And I felt like those were a lot of things that were brought out in that documentary. You couldn't change how he spoke to his teammate. It was on video. You couldn't change how he criticized his teammates. It's on video. So to look at his character as a player, none of that was driving us into winning. And when you're around selfish people, then things just, it really was the breakup of our team, to be honest. You know, one selfish guy on the team, another selfish guy coaching the team. It was time for a divorce.
Do you ever feel like you guys will ever, try to rekindle something?
I don't. No. Stacey, you've been around Michael. Their egos are huge, and I don't bow down to people like that.
Scottie Pippen's jealousy and massive ego has led to him growing a strong hatred towards Michael Jordan. 5 years ago on The Jump, Scottie said there wasn't a player in the world that he would take over Michael Jordan if he wanted to win. But ever since that documentary came out, Scottie Pippen has made it his mission to destroy Michael Jordan and his legacy. Everything he says about MJ is negative, and it always leads back to him bringing up the documentary. In fact, I'll leave the full podcast in the description. I want you guys to watch the full podcast. Every single question they ask Scottie, whether it's related to Michael Jordan or not, he always finds a way to bring up Michael Jordan and how awful that documentary was. Everybody knows that Michael Jordan was an asshole to his teammates. This isn't groundbreaking information, but he did it for one reason. He wanted to win. It's not a secret. He tells everybody this. His teammates bring it up. Everyone knows that Michael Jordan was hard on his teammates because he wanted them to be at their best so they could win basketball games. Kobe Bryant did the same thing. Jimmy Butler does the exact same thing. But do you want to know what else was in that documentary that Scottie Pippen never mentions? Look at this.
He helped me so much in the way that I approached the game, the way I played the game. Whenever they speak Michael Jordan, they should speak Scottie Pippen. When everybody says, well, I won all these championships, but I didn't win without Scottie Pippen. And, that's why I consider him my best teammate of all time.
He appreciated him, and he made that very clear. He even said Scottie was the best teammate he ever had. When Tracy McGrady was about to get traded to the Bulls, Michael Jordan called the general manager and told him, if you do that, I'm retiring, because he knew how great Scottie Pippen was. Look at this interview after MJ won MVP.
Seemed to be a special moment between you and Scottie when they gave you the MVP award. Can you describe what you were thinking and what your emotions were then?
When I was here before I retired, I overshadowed Scottie a lot. And he didn't get the recognition that he truly deserved. You know what I mean? And he's matured since I've been around, and when I stepped away, he matured even more because he understood what I was shelving him from. The pressure and the press and the expectations that he had to deal with being a star. And when I'm back, he shouldn't get any less of an attention than if I was gone. And when I won the MVP, and I would hold true to my word, I would take the trophy. He can have the car. I'm going to make sure he gets the car, because he's like a little brother to me, and he's prospered and he's moved along. And, from a financial standpoint, from a contract standpoint, he's locked in. And he's very deserving of the same $30 million, 30, whatever I get in the next coming year. He's very deserving of the same contract. Because he put forth the effort every single night. He goes through the pain, and we work out every day. He's joined me in working out every day to stay healthy and to get out here and provide for this organization and this city so that we can be healthy and we can continue to be champions. So, that's what brothers do. We share our success.
Does that look like somebody that doesn't appreciate their teammate? Here's the truth. Scottie Pippen is a bitter, jealous old man who no longer appreciates the man that made him what he was today. Scottie Pippen was a great player, but he wouldn't be top 50 all time, and he wouldn't have any championships if it weren't for Michael Jordan. It's funny that he says MJ was the selfish one when Scottie Pippen quit on his team because he wasn't going to get the last shot. Even though they made the shot and won the game, Scottie wasn't happy for his team or his teammates. He didn't care that they won. All he wanted was the spotlight and to get his attention since Michael Jordan wasn't on the team. He was all about himself. That's exactly why he's still living in the 90s and making sure to tell every living soul that Michael Jordan was a horrible player and he had nothing to do with their success. Imagine trying to rip on a guy that made you what you are. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of Scottie Pippen dissing Michael Jordan. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.